Hello, I'm lead anchorman Shaun Johnson, and I'm reporting about the claims made by the major world powers in this ground-shaking world. War. These powers are split on both sides, consisting of the Allies, made up of Russia, the United Kingdom, and the United States of America. However, this is not the only union of states in this war. They're fighting against the Greater Reich, Empire of Japan, and the Italian Social Republic. These claims have all been discovered by the form of propaganda spread by all these powers. This propaganda has been sought out and found by our very own lead researcher, Ben George.
Thank you, Shaun. I've researched how the combatants have depicted their enemies and their causes.
Reputation is everything, and if you can destroy your opponent's reputation, you can let the public hang them. Propaganda is the best way to do this, as seen here. The Allies showed themselves as liberators, but the Axis saw it differently. The Axis powers saw themselves in a favorable light, showing that they are fighting evil. This poster translates into the Red War, mother or comrade, man or machine, God or devil, blood or gold, pure or mixed breed, folk song or jazz, National Socialism or Bolshevism. The Allies saw them in a different way, however. The Allies saw them as intruders or invaders. The poster in Russian translates into, do not give away the gains of October. We now know that both sides portrayed the other side as having an evil cause, and they are fighting this evil, but thanks to a researcher, we know how they portrayed the individual nations themselves. The British, as seen in this poster, are portrayed as an octopus with its tentacles being cut off. The Russians, on the other hand, were often portrayed as an Hasidic Jew or in alliance with the Hasidic Jews. The Americans, most humorously, were shown to be brutish black men.
However, the propaganda was not limited to just the Allied countries. There was also propaganda against the nations of Germany, Japan, and Italy. Germany was often portrayed as the man with a very big nose. However, Japan easily takes the prize of the most humorous depiction. They were often depicted as rats, or they were also depicted as vampires. The third and final portrayal of an Axis power was the Italians led by Il Duce, also known as Benito Mussolini. They were simply portrayed as a mock of Mussolini.
Major combatants all used propaganda in order to make it seem as though their only cause was to protect themselves, and that the enemy was trying to invade and take them over. Then they would also have individual portrayals of the enemy, finding some way to vilify them even more. Here are some final examples of propaganda that were circulating in World War II. Thank you for watching Propaganda News. That's all, folks!